Hello, everyone, and welcome to Resco Partner Briefing Call. My name is Stano. I'll be one of the presenters today, and we see many of you joining us right now. So we decided to wait 1 or 2 more minutes to give some time for more people to join us for this call today, and then we will officially start. Okay, so let's start the Resco Partner Briefing Call that we have scheduled for today. Hello and welcome, everyone. My name is Stano, and it's just a few minutes after 1 p.m. if you're in the Eastern time zone. If you're in different time zones, we wish you good morning or good evening. I'm really happy that you decided to join us today for this new initiative specifically for Resco Partners. So with that, we prepared a lot of very interesting content, and I'll let my colleagues, actually Paula, to take over and tell you what we're prepared for you today in detail.
Great. Thank you, Yvonne. Welcome. And again, thank you for joining the Resco Partner Briefing Call. My name is Paula Kuehl. I am the Director of Partnerships at Resco. I'm going to be joined today by Rick McCutcheon of Full Contact Selling, also a CRM MVP. Agnes Velkova, who is our Director of Marketing at Resco, and Yvonne Stano already introduced himself. He is our COO of Resco. We have a great agenda for you today, action-packed, a lot of information to cover, so we're very excited about that. We're going to be doing a quick introduction to the North America team. We'll be talking a little bit about the Resco partner programs and what's new for 2018. Yvonne will be providing us with a product update. Agnes will be talking about our business model discussions. We'll be talking about Resco.next. And then we'll also turn it over to Rick to talk about the mobility opportunity for your dynamic CRM practice. And of course, we'll leave time at the end for Q&A. So let's get started. I think I'm going to turn it over to Yvonne to take the next slide.
Awesome. Thank you, Paula. And what I forgot to do is to tell you a few kind of instructions in the very beginning. So you're all in the listen only mode. So you won't be able to, well, you'll be able to speak, but we won't be able to hear you. For any questions, please use the GoToWebinar tool. There's a section called questions where you can type in your questions, and we'll definitely get to them at the end of today's webinar. So, who is Resco in America? Maybe many of you already know that Resco was originally founded in Europe, and that's where our headquarters is. But we have a team in America, in the USA, to actually work more closely with you North American partners. So let me quickly introduce my team over here in the US. So we have Paula Kuehl here. Paula already introduced herself. Paula's role is to really focus on partnerships, work with you partners to make sure that we work efficiently. You always have up-to-date data when it comes to what's new at Resco, what we're preparing for the next year, how our roadmap looks like, how we can partner together and make sure that we're providing the best value for our customers. And then we have two people on the sales side, Scott Anderson and Paul Selinger. Scott is basically covering everything on the East Coast to the center of North America, and you can feel free to reach out to him with any opportunities, any deals that you work on. And then the same applies for Paul, except he's focusing more on the central western part of North America. So the team of myself, Paula, Scott, and Paul are here for you if you have any questions as partners when it comes to mobility in general or mobility when it comes to Resco. So Paula, how about you provide us with some news and updates on partner programs and how we can work together with partners here in North America?
Great. Thank you, Yvonne. As always, the Resco team is focused on increasing partner engagement, helping our partners to drive opportunity, and of course, provide value to your customers by providing great products, which you'll hear a little bit more about in the presentation today. Going into 2018, we've updated our partner programs to really meet partners where they are by providing flexibility and simplicity in the partner programs that we offer. We really want to make it easy for partners to work with us, and so we've simplified our partner programs into 2 programs. We have our advisor partner, which is really a simple, quick, and easy way for partners to work with us to provide referrals to our sales team and receive a commission on the referral. Once the sale is closed, you receive a commission on the license fee. And so the advisor partner is really meant for partners that have customers and prospects that are interested in Resco, but don't necessarily want to have dedicated staff as Resco experts and really want to lean on our sales team to do the majority of the selling. And then we've actually combined 2 programs into one. So our professional partner program is for partners who not only want to implement Resco, but also provide the resources and services around mobility. And Rick McCutcheon is going to talk a little bit more later in the presentation around the opportunity for mobility in your practice. And so this is really a deeper partnership where we're working more one-on-one with you. You have dedicated resources on your team that are taking Resco training, attending the Resco.next conference. We're working potentially with your marketing team on co-marketing activities. And of course, there's a little bit of higher commission involved in this type of a partnership. So we've really tried to simplify it, meet you where you are, and make it easy for you to work with us as a partner. We have discontinued our basic and premier partner programs going into 2018. So if there are any partners on the call today that were a part of those programs, I will be reaching out to you so that we can discuss the right partner program to fit you into going forward. You'll also start to see more training opportunities, more webinars from the team, both functional and technical webinars. And we are planning on doing these partner update calls quarterly. So keep an eye out for those invites. We'll start to have these quarterly as appropriate. So basically, in a nutshell, we want to make it easy for you to work with us. We want to continue to provide value to your customers and to you as our partner. And so thank you to all the partners on the call today. We're looking forward to a successful 2018.
Let me now take over and tell you a little bit about our product portfolio and how we can and what actually we can deliver to customers together. So most of you, I believe, know that Resco means mobility for a very long time. Actually, we're focusing on CRM with our mobile efforts for almost 10 years now. And most of our implementations or use cases and scenarios are around 2 major areas. It's mostly mobile sales and mobile field service. Throughout the years that we were working on that solution, on that platform that we now have, we started adding a lot of functionality, features and functional blocks or modules, if you will, that enhance the solution beyond the typical CRM functionality. So tight integration with maps, route planning, navigation, support for documents, SharePoint or other external sources, chat, interactive ways to communicate with your colleagues, support for emails, reporting, and of course, full offline capabilities to make sure that our customers and your customers can be productive wherever they are and whenever they do their job. So this is the main part of our product portfolio when we look into the past. But when we actually made a fresh look and took a few steps back and looked at actually what we achieved with our technology and platform, we now believe that we have basically almost everything when it comes for a tool that allows you to create a mobile business application. And going forward, especially in 2018 2018 in this year, we want to make sure that our product portfolio becomes more robust and will give more options for you partners when you talk to your prospects and your existing customers, and that you can choose something that can fit their requirements or the challenges that they might face perfectly well. So the big announcement is that, the big announcement actually is that the Resco technology is fully based on Microsoft Azure. We see tremendous growth of Azure and tremendous success of this platform, and therefore Resco tools, Resco technology, or Resco Cloud Platform, if you will, is and will be tightly integrated with Microsoft Azure. Resco Cloud Platform, think about it, all the functionality that is mostly connected with the configuration tool that we called Resco Woodford, and all the additional modules, so route planning, navigation, security, auditing, offline capabilities, and all those things put together, we refer to it as Resco Cloud Platform. Out of the Resco Cloud Platform, the major utilization of that is mobile sales and field service, as I mentioned on the previous slide. But we want to take it further and bring more solutions, more vertically focused solutions that give you partners ability to be more laser focused when you talk to your customers. And this year we'll be presenting 4 new solutions for new vertical utilizations of Resco technology. In detail, it will be solution to make sure that customers who spend a lot of time traveling on a daily basis, visiting a lot of sites, customers, partners, suppliers, or any other stakeholders can get there efficiently and effectively. So for all these purposes, we'll be releasing a new version of Resco called Resco Route Planner. Then a big part of our business will be around Resco inspections. And I'll talk about this solution in more detail in a few moments. Then Resco as a mobile application development platform, we see our partners taking lots of or making lots of spin-offs of Resco, creating very custom or customized version and experience for customers. And we believe that Resco now is mature enough to provide tools to create any type of mobile business application. And last but not least, a new solution for municipalities called Resco City Smart Services, a complex and complete solution for citizens and municipalities to interact in a new way through their mobile devices, the ability to report any issues, any shortcomings, and report anything that might be wrong in the neighborhood, so that the municipality can take care of that and fix the problems. City Smart Services as a separate solution was already released at the end of last year, and you can find more information about it on our website. So with this new line of products, we believe we'll be able to address the needs, requirements, and challenges that the customers face much more effectively, especially with the help of our partners of you. One of the first solutions that we will release, and that will be in Q1, is Resco Inspections. The reason we decided to focus on this one first is because based on the feedback we get from over 2,000 customers that we have, is that they're really looking forward to have a simple way to provide their mobile workers, their mobile users, with an application that allows them to collect data on the go. So simple forms, surveys, or inspection forms, if you will, that allow them to collect data, collect important information about their customers, prospects, or partners that they interact with on the daily basis, and update the information and data to make sure that they know what's going on. We actually see our customers trying to use Resco that way. So the ability to build a simple mobile application that allows them to do that very effectively. So we decided, let's provide you, our partners, with a solution that can take care of that and really focus on this specific use case and scenario. So who is a typical customer of Resco Inspection? It's really people, staff surveying customers in store. can be technicians going through checks, complex machinery, making sure that all steps, all information they have in the system is correct and up to date. It could be insurance agents assessing the damage after a hurricane, basically anyone who is in contact with either customers or present on site and need to collect data quickly and efficiently on the go. How we actually gonna deliver and what we gonna deliver. So we see inspections as a complete holistic process that we decided to structure into 4 modules, 4 stages, to make sure that we can cover the whole cycle. For you as partners, these stages are optional, and especially for the customers, chances are some customers might not need all 4 modules, all 4 stages. They're looking for something very simple. So that's totally flexible and possible to achieve as well. Just very quickly about all 4 stages. So the first one, the first part of Resco inspections is a designer. Basically a web-based tool tightly integrated with Microsoft Dynamics 365 CRM that allows you to define all questions that your mobile colleagues should go through and collect the answers to. Our idea is to really provide the architecture that is based per record. So you can go as deep in your questions and be as laser focused as the level of record. So you don't have to only go specifically by the entity. So you can create some very tailor-made questionnaires or surveys. Of course, support for a variety of questions, multi-select, free answer, etc. For some of the more complex use cases, support for business logic, and if the capabilities of the designer are not enough, support for JavaScript so that you can take a wild spin on it. So the designer allows you to create a mobile form that includes all the questions that the inspectors need to go over, and of course, full integration with Dynamics 365. So that's the first phase. The idea is to allow you to create the survey, the inspection form. Then the next phase that we see is provide you with a tool that allows you to actually attach or assign that specific survey to specific mobile worker. So we call this phase a scheduler or scheduler, and it's a web-based application that allows you to manage your stuff in the field. So you'll have a list of all your mobile users in a calendar view or on a timeline, and you'll be able to assign to these users specific inspection forms or surveys or inspection jobs, if you will, based on their skills, based on their availability, etc. This is, of course, optional. We foresee not all of the customers might need this phase, but we believe it makes a good sense to have it. The third phase is the inspector. So the actual person who goes out in the field, they have their mobile devices, whether those are smartphones or tablets. They download the mobile application, sync it with your CRM organization, and they'll get a very specific questionnaire or survey or inspection form based on the definition of the designer phase. Of course, full offline support, as we understand that inspectors are the people who spend a lot of time out of their offices, sometimes in areas with very poor internet connectivity. So we take that and keep that in mind to make sure that they can be as efficient as possible. And then the last phase to actually close the loop, the phase of the analyst. So once the inspectors collect the data and synchronize the mobile application with their Dynamics systems, Dynamics organizations, you have all the data sitting there. And now we want to provide you with a way that you to analyze the data, to slice and dice all the answers, to make sure that you understand what you collected and provide you with statistics in a report or a dynamic dashboard form. So those are the 4 stages of Resco inspections. This product, this solution will be released in Q1 this year, and we'll be sharing more and more information about this product as it's getting completed on daily basis, and we're getting to the finish line very quickly. Of course, there's a lot of things that we'll be adding on the go. And if you want to know more about this solution or the other solutions that I mentioned, Route Planner, City Smart Solutions, or Resco as a mobile application development platform, there's a great opportunity to learn about those at one of the Resco events. And the main event where we will present all the information will be shared by my colleague Paula in a few moments, so please stay tuned. Before we get there, I'll give the word to my colleague Agi, who will tell us a little bit about the business model and how we can work together.
Thank you, Ivan. Aggie or Agnes, but it's okay. So as Ivan presented, the product portfolio is becoming increasingly broader each passing year. Whether the features are growing or the modes of creativity and uses of the products are extending. With this, we actually understand how difficult it can be for partners trying to find the right business model for their customers and how to precisely come up with a possible scenario or how to kickstart the planning process, gathering ideas, what's available out there, how to set yourself apart from the competition so that you stand out. And we not only want to help from a product and a tool perspective, but also from the know-how side. So that you can actually say to your clients, or at least, they can come up to you and say, yes, this is exactly something we could use. Thank you for presenting this business model. It's completely cleared, any confusion or questions or concerns that I had. And this year, as well as also in our video marketing, we're going to incorporate more case-specific scenarios so that you're ready and capable to get out there and use these examples that could spark some interest. So if there's any doubt, please feel free to reach out to any of our sales account managers. We'll be able to brainstorm. The products, as we mentioned, are becoming more widespread, and keeping them refined to just a few scenarios isn't always ideal. Especially if we've had so many partners already implementing, solutions based on Resco's technology and making their own vertical solutions. So really, the opportunities are quite vast out there in terms of any examples that could be used or any key models that actually could be presented, especially in different regions. Worldwide, there's always something that's prohibiting some sort of action, whether it's privacy policies and so forth. We're able to show you how you can combat that as well. And we're ready and able to not only just, provide the tools, but also the know-how in terms of advancing your business processes so that maybe we can paint the picture for you as our partners and creating more advanced opportunities. And we're happy to discuss that anytime that you guys need it. And definitely, provide the content as well that you'll need to carry out in your business endeavors. So that's about it from my side. So we'll carry on to the next person, and I believe that'll be Paula.
Yes, that will be Paula, and I see there are questions coming in. So just a reminder, if you have any questions, feel free to use the question section of the GoToMeeting tool. But now it's actually time for Rick to step in and tell us a little more about how to build a mobile and field service practice and where you can get the best information and basically kick off those initiatives.
Thanks, Yvonne. Hi, guys. Rick McCutcheon, Dynamics CRM MVP. I think a lot of you have seen my post lately about Resco.next coming up in Atlanta. We're very excited about what's going on there and getting involved with Resco on this event. I just wanted to stop for a second here and talk a little bit about why it's important to start a mobility practice within your CRM Dynamics practice. And these are the 8 reasons that a recent study gave why customers deploy enterprise mobile systems. They want to improve worker productivity, increase sales, improve customer support, provide ease of information access, decrease costs, speed up processes and response times, improve company brand, eliminate paperwork. And it's interesting because I'm involved with a lot of projects, and my main task in life, I think right now, is helping companies plan their CRM deployments. And it's pretty straight across the bridge that every company that I help with has mobility in that plan, whether it's mobility for their sales team, for a customer service team, for a field force, or even for management. So there's a lot of mobility taking place out there. And I find that a lot of partners tend to overlook it. They go in, add CRM to the customer's stack, get them up and running on it, and then leave, and don't take the time to introduce mobility to the customer, make them understand the ROI, or even let them understand that mobility is really part of the Microsoft Cloud now in Dynamics 365, especially with what's coming down the pipe here with Resco. So I'm very, very excited about what's going to be happening in Atlanta in a couple of weeks. So I wanted to stop just before we talk about the conference and talk about why you need to be there. Okay, first of all, you got to meet the ecosystem around mobility. Very few partners, and I work with a lot of partners through my CRM planning sessions, really have a mobility practice, whether it's mobility applications, whether it's the Dynamics field application. Very few really have that practice out there and running, and it's a very, very profitable practice. In fact, it's been my experience deploying mobile applications, tend to run $5 to $10 of consulting and development hours for every dollar of software hours. So it's a very, very good uptake on it. So you want to go to Resco.next to meet the ecosystem. Meet other partners. They'll talk to you about their practice. Meet other customers. They're going to be giving testimonials. Meet some people from Microsoft, like my friend Ben Vollmer, who I'll be doing a session with, and I'll talk about that in a second. And meet some of the top MVPs out there that are working in the mobile space. We're going to have a panel. We're going to have customers up there. We're going to have ISVs out there talking about why they chose this platform, where they're going to take this platform, what they like about it, what were some of the challenges, but it's going to be a good open conversation. And we're going to have a presentation that I'm giving with Ben Vollmer from Microsoft on talking to executives about mobility. When you're going in and you're talking to that sales leader, that marketing leader, that customer service leader, that field force leader, how do you have that mobility discussion? So that's going to be a special session that Ben and I are going to do together. But really, the reason I want you to go to this conference is it'll help you focus. It'll get you started on the right track to developing mobile applications for Dynamics CRM, and it'll get you going to a place that's going to be very, very profitable now and in the foreseeable future. So I'm going to turn it back over to Paula right now. She's going to tell you how to get to Atlanta, and we'll see you there.
Great, thank you, Rick. That was fantastic. I don't know if there's anything else to say. So Resco.next 2018 Atlanta is coming up in 5 short weeks. What is Resco.next? It's a 2-day educational event for partners, customers, and prospects that's all about Resco mobile solutions for Dynamics CRM and 365. As I mentioned, it's taking place in March, so it's March 14th and 15th in Atlanta, Georgia, and our venue is the W Hotel, downtown Atlanta. So who should attend? Obviously, everybody on this call. So we're looking forward to seeing all of you at the event. But really, it's really geared toward partners, system integrators, consultants, We have partners that will come with customers and prospects. So whether you're already familiar with Resco or you want to learn more, there's definitely going to be session topics ranging from functional to technical. So we will have several sessions for field service by Microsoft. You'll hear the product knowledge, so latest features and roadmap. So taking a deeper dive into what Ivan talked about earlier in our session today. We'll also be talking about Resco versus Mocha. We have a lot of partners that ask that question, so we'll be diving deeper into that. Woodford basics as well as advanced customizations. So as I mentioned, whether you're very familiar with Resco or you're just starting out with Resco, there will be session tracks aimed at all different types of technical knowledge. And of course, we'll have one-on-one consulting time and discussions with experts from Microsoft. We've got several people coming from Microsoft. Rick mentioned Ben Vollmer will be there as well. We have other MVPs that will be there, as well as Resco experts coming over from our Bratislava office.
Maybe I'll just mention that we'll be also joined by some of our partners. So for example, Key2Act, Rimrock, and Orbis, a partner from Europe, for example, will be joining us to share their experience about how they work with us, with Resco, and that might probably serve as a good inspiration for other partners to see what other partners see, what kind of value they're getting from Resco, and how we can be successful together. But now to the more interesting and more joyful topic, Paula.
Exactly. And of course, we want to have fun. It wouldn't be a Resco conference without some fun. So we are planning a really great event, reception with dinner and drinks at the Sky Lounge at the Glen Hotel. So it's going to be our party in the sky. And we're hoping, again, that you can all join us there for 2 full days of sessions and some fun in Atlanta networking. So to learn more and register, you can go to Resco.next. You'll also be receiving a follow-up email from me with some more information on Resco.next and an incentive for you to join us. So keep your eye open for that email probably tomorrow.
The questions are coming. First question from Gina. Hello, Gina. So the inspection module, is it only available for customers who use Dynamics 365 or to some other for other customers as well? So the answer is it's going to be available for Dynamics 365 customers and then one competitive CRM solution as well. You probably know which one I mean, Salesforce, but we're more than happy to talk about how we can make it available for other CRM systems or other systems in general. And I know that Gina, you're coming to Resco.next in Atlanta, so I'll be more than happy to brainstorm with you how we can make this available for your customers.
So Yvonne, it's Rick. I think maybe with some of these new modules, they won't have to have a full license of CRM. They can have a lesser cost license.
Absolutely, and that's a great point, Rick. Especially these vertical solutions of Resco, they're many times targeted to users who are not typically your in-house CRM licensed users, right? Especially inspections are many times used by non-employees, so agents, volunteers, contractors, etc., for whom you don't really need a full CRM license. We have another question here from Andrew. We are not currently a Resco partner. Can you put me on a mailing list, or can I go to a LinkedIn group that I can stay updated? Absolutely, Andrew. I believe you will hear from Paula. She will reach out to you and we can absolutely discuss the options, how we can partner together and find the best way to do that. One very practical question about the party at the Sky Lounge in Atlanta. If you need to register separately, no, everyone who registers for Resco.next is automatically registered for the party. It's basically part of the agenda. We have another question here from Claudio. Can we have access to new apps preview? We officially have a beta program for partners, and as soon as we'll have the new solutions in a stage that they're ready to be shared with you in beta, we will definitely do so. Whoever has interest in joining our beta program, please reach out to me at ivan@resco.net. I'll be more than happy to provide you with more information how to do that. Another question here, would those users then be able to access the inspection module on a team member license in Dynamics 365? So this is back to the licensing question. I think this is something that we will need to discuss and actually determine based on the actual use case and what the inspection applications accesses in Dynamics 365. But my kind of understanding is that most probably yes. Rick, if you're more familiar with the details of the team member license in Dynamics 365, feel free to step in.
Yeah, let's talk about that, Ivan, because traditionally, if you're not using any of the main entities, like for contacts, accountants, opportunities, and you're just using something different for inspections, then you can use the team license. So we'll have to look at it as a use case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And what we see our customers doing is they use a huge amount of custom entities in their final version of Resco. So on average, when we did some statistics, and I'm just talking about the traditional mobile sales and field service scenarios, our customers on average use up to 50% custom entities in their final version of the application. So when it comes to inspections specifically, I can imagine it would mostly be custom entities used for the inspection purposes. So in that case, I assume the team member license should be sufficient. There's another question coming in. If we have any update about licensing schema for the new apps. So the licensing and pricing will be released shortly. So far we have what I can share is that there will be 2 licenses for these new solutions. One license for the actual inspector, so the person who uses the mobile device with the mobile application to do the actual job. And then there will be something that we right now call the super license that will allow a person to use all the other modules, so the designer, the scheduler, and the analyst part as part of the solution. So 2 licenses. The pricing will be announced shortly. 1 license for the actual mobile worker, mobile user, and the other license for the person who takes care and manages, controls the whole process. Okay. Okay, there's another question coming in. Is the mobile business application development tool a replacement for Woodford? So it basically is Woodford, but there will be new models coming in and will make them more visible in the Woodford tool. Some of the modules that we already have in Woodford tool, but many partners and many customers are not even aware of them, are things such as route planning and route optimization. Auditing is a huge area where we spend a lot of time improving that section, and many of our partners don't even know it exists. So auditing itself allows you to really keep an eye on how the application is used, what users do in the application, what records they access, what records they create, where they do it. Then there's another part. Oh, thank you. There's just a message from Johan, that he loves auditing. That's great to hear. There's another area, security. Like every time, for example, I talk to a prospect or customer, security is one of the top 3 questions we get. Like, how do you Resco solve security? Because you're talking offline mobile solution. So my people's going to walk with their with my corporate data in their pockets. And we invested a lot into security, and we solved it in 3 different layers. So all these things, when you put them together, because they're naturally all integrated into one solution of Resco, plus we have the out-of-the-box integration with Dynamics 365, and the fact that you can expand the application by custom functionality, custom logic through HTML5 and JavaScript, we believe that when you combine all these modules, functionality together, you're getting a tool that allows you to create almost any kind of mobile business application. So hope that makes a little more sense now. And what you'll see going forward will be more focus, more highlighting of these modules that we over the years incorporated into the solution, but we'll plan to make them much stronger, add a lot of more muscle into them, and really make them shine as part of Resco technology. Okay, it seems like that's it for the questions. Thank you very much. I'm really glad that there's been so many of them, and there's been such a big interest in Resco and the new product portfolio, and especially Resco.next, our annual conference 2-day event in North America. So with that, let me thank you very much for attending today's first official partner briefing. As Paula mentioned, we will continue doing these on quarterly basis. So stay tuned. And with any questions, feel free to reach out to me, Paula, Paul, Scott, Agi. We'll be more than happy to answer anything that we didn't have a chance to answer today. With that, I want to say thank you once again and wish you a successful and productive rest of Wednesday.